Jason thought he was gonna retire after drop shipping.
I did. I
It
thought
was-
it was going so well though. We're gonna be driving around California.
Yeah.
We're gonna be showing you guys what we do day to day to run our business. Like right now, we're going to one of the government offices so we can open up a DBA, which is
I actually wanted to get Starbucks.
that first.
I'm so hungry.
Okay, we're gonna go to Starbucks first, but we want to start drop shipping again because I used to drop ship before I even got into YouTube. And at one point, I made about $7,000 in profit in 1 week. Unfortunately, at the time, Facebook was very restrictive with their ad placements, and they banned my account for about a month. Maybe 2 to 3 months after that, they ended up changing their policies and they made their ad placements less restrictive. So I'm gonna do it right this time. And I'm bringing Monica along with me because she needs to know how to start drop shipping just in case something ever happens to me. She knows how to run the business and she's all in with this. And I can't tell you guys what business we're gonna start yet, okay? But I'm excited about it because I think we're tapping into a market of drop shipping that we can turn into a brand. And I'm sure that what we charge our customers, the perceived value of the products is going to be high. We're going to get the products for a low cost, but the perceived value is high, which means we're going to have a higher margin for profit. How do you feel about me forcing you into this?
I'm fine with it.
You're fine with it?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
okay.
think I was pretty much on board the last time you did drop shipping.
Yeah, no, you
I
were.
was like, oh, did you make sales today?
And here's the thing.
What do you plan on selling this
Yeah.
time?
Yeah.
What product are we gonna do this time?
That's true. That's very true. And I remember at one point, the first product we ever tried to sell.
Jason thought he was gonna retire after drop shipping.
I did. I thought it was going so well though.
Man, I
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
you were working on it nonstop.
Yeah.
This was before we had our son, and he was just nonstop, like day and night, working on the business.
Yeah, there were times I think I only got like 3 hours of sleep on a regular
It was
basis.
pretty intense. I remember this was in 2019.
The one thing you guys need to know when you're drop shipping, if a product is not working, drop it. And I tried many different products. Ultimately, what made us money was a neck massage pillow. And I was getting this product for around $20 and I was selling it for about $40 to $50. But the cool thing about drop shipping is that you can upsell your products. So if you have a neck pillow massager, then you can find something else that's in the similar niche. And what I found was a different massager that massages your shoulders and your back. And I sold that one for about $60. So sometimes what people would do is bundle them up and they would buy the neck pillow massager along with that back massager and shoulder massager. And that would increase my average order value, right? So the amount of money a customer would spend on the store would increase and my profit would increase. So that's what we did. That was the one that was profitable. And I ended up adding like yoga mats and different products there that people would end up buying as multiple items. But now we're back at it again. And this time we're gonna start a store and we're gonna turn it into a brand. So we're gonna start drop shipping to see if it's a viable niche that we're getting into. And if it works out for us, we're gonna reach out to companies and agencies that can turn it into a brand and label the products with our brand name. And we're gonna walk you guys through the process. All right, so I'm gonna go get some Starbucks for Monica and then we're gonna go to the government office. I forgot we didn't eat. So we have to go eat something and then we'll go to the county clerk's office to go file the fictitious business name. So while we're on it, let's talk about living here in California, working here in California. It's what, 94 degrees right now?
It's so hot.
Yeah.
And it's pumpkin spice latte season and it's so hot. I don't think I'll ever get used to this.
And every year it just keeps getting hotter and hotter. I want to address some of the things that these people say in the comments. And one of them is like, oh, you don't tell people how much they have to pay in taxes. I just find that so funny because even after we pay all of our taxes, we are still earning so much more money here than we did in New York. And yes, there's additional taxes, there's additional expenses that you have. Gas, electricity, groceries, all of those things are expensive.
Not to mention, we don't even work full time. In New York, we
don't
work full time.
I actually took a look at Monica's average weekly worked hours, and she works an average of 20 hours a week. And so do I because I'm part-time. I get full-time benefits for being a part-time employee, health insurance, dental insurance, and I get that for the entire family. It's
All
not just
four
for
of
me.
us. All four
Yeah.
of us.
I work 5 days every 2 weeks. I get 9 days off in a row. I don't even have to ask for vacation, but I still do it because I want more than 9 days off. And
Wait, so my average is 20 hours a week?
yeah.
And didn't I hit like 6 figures already in
Yeah,
August?
you
like
already did
last
6
month?
figures.
Yeah, I think
Exactly. You're past 6 figures already. So let's talk about some of our expenses then. We paid $697,000 for our house. This was back in 2018. And the house is currently worth, let's say like $900,000. It fluctuates. It's been all over the
I think
place.
it's like 925.
Yeah, and last year at the height of the pandemic, when everybody was buying a house, it was worth like 1.1 or
That was at
1.05.
most.
Yeah.
At most, it was 1.1.
So at the moment, we have close to $300,000 worth of equity in our home. Our mortgage payment, we don't pay into escrow, right? So we pay our property taxes separately. We pay about $950 a month towards our property taxes, $1,958 a month for our primary mortgage, and then we have a HELOC, which we pay about $1,200 a month or so. So in total, I think we're paying about $4,100, which includes the HOA, because our HOA dues are around $109 a month. And that's because we have a 3.3% APR on our mortgage. We're bringing home anywhere, it fluctuates. I haven't been working any overtime at all. And Monica has not been picking up that many shifts this year. Like we went on a vacation to the Dominican Republic, and I think that month you only worked 1 week. Then family came over in August as well. So she was only at work for a week that month, maybe less than that.
And then in April of this year, in 2023, Kaiser canceled the entire month. Like they canceled all my shifts the entire month.
True.
So I didn't work for almost 2 months, and I still made 6 figures already.
Yeah. And so Monica works per diem. I work part-time. And her rate is $124 an hour. My rate is about $102 an hour. So she benefits from the fact that she makes like $20 more per hour than I do.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets access to my insurance. So if she ever gets sick, even though she's a per diem employee, she just uses my insurance to go to the hospital, to go to the doctor. And then if she needs to go to the dentist, she uses my dental insurance for that. And we have an annual limit on our dental insurance of $2,000 per year. And our union dues are only about $72 to $78 every 2 weeks. And that gives us all of the benefits that we get, right? So that includes vacation pay, sick time, that includes education reimbursement and education credit, the health insurance, the dental insurance, the holidays, the birthday holidays, because we also get 1 birthday holiday.
That's if you're a benefited staff. That's you.
That's
I don't
true.
get that
That
as a
is
per
true.
diemer.
Yeah, so Monica does not get the vacation
There's
pay.
certain things I don't get. There's a lot of things I don't get.
But there are a lot of
Yeah.
things that you do get as a per diem employee because you get
Yeah.
access to the pension, right? So if you work at least 1,000 hours a year, you qualify for the pension. So it accrues over time. And then you also get sick time.
I do
In
get sick
California,
California
yeah.
protected
exactly.
sick time.
Regardless of whether your hospital provides you sick time or not, they are actually required.
This is a state law.
It's a state law. If you work anywhere in the state as a per diem employee or on call, you will get sick time. You'll get more sick times based on the number of hours you work. So the more hours you work, the more sick time you accrue, which is awesome because Monica has so much sick time, or she had. I mean, she used a lot of it up. But if she,
I'm not gonna let that pile.
yeah, but if she wants sick time, she can just pick up a couple of extra shifts and she'll get her sick time accrued. And you get access to the 401k.
Yeah.
So you can invest in your 401k, right? And we max that out every single year. And so we're bringing in about anywhere from $15,000 a month to maybe $17,000 a month. And back when I actually used to pick up shifts and I used to do a lot of overtime. And when I say a lot of overtime, that's under 30 hours per week. Because here, if you work more than 8 hours in one day, you get time and a half, right? So I would do double shifts because after the 12th hour, you get double time. And I would do that like twice or 3 times every pay period. We were bringing in anywhere from like $19,000 to maybe $22,000 per month. We were probably
like
working,
36.
36 hours.
We never went past 40.
Yeah.
It's so rare.
Yeah.
It's rare we went past 40.
Yeah. And the cool thing is that if you're a Kaiser employee, I know I mention this all the time, you guys don't like it, But I have to talk about Kaiser because that's where we work, right? And if you're a Kaiser employee and you are off on your holiday, let's say it's a Monday on Labor Day and you are not scheduled to work that Labor Day, you still get paid a portion of your shift. They still pay you. So for me, because I work 20 hours a week, I get 4 hours of pay for not showing up to work, for not being at work. But if I'm at work, I actually get paid double time and a half. There's no hospitals that do this, guys. This is why I'm always talking about Kaiser.
As a per diem employee, though, we only get time and a half, but still, it's still pretty good.
Yep.
With our rate, I feel like benefited employees actually make more during the holidays than us per diemers.
But you also got to mention, like, if you're making $124 an hour and you get time and a half, you're basically making $190 an hour. So you're almost making what the double time and a half was
I haven't
making.
calculated my 16-hour shift.
Let's say how much you make in a 16-hour shift, right?
Before I got my raise, I remember it was $2,500.
Okay, Google. What is 124 times 8 plus 124 times 2 times 4 plus 124 times 1.5 times 4?
The answer is 2,728.
Okay,
So
she
close.
is making $2,728 on a 16-hour shift. That is what we used to make in New York in like 2 weeks of work. That's insane. So she's bringing home about $1,475 after taxes. Just about. Plus
That's
or
all?
minus. Plus, plus or minus. And that's for working 1 day. You can't do that anywhere else. So now you can see like why so many nurses out here are picking up extra shifts. Many of them are working time and a half, double time, where they're working several days in a row for weeks on end. I have coworkers that are working 30, 40, 50, 60, 365 days in a row. That's kind of like the norm out here. We're at Paris Baguette now, and we're gonna get some breakfast. Let's continue and talk about our expenses. So we pay about $4,200 per month, and that's for our mortgage, our property taxes, our HOA dues, and that actually also includes our homeowner's insurance. So $4,200 a month. Then we have groceries. We spend about $400 every 2 weeks, and we spend a total of around $800 per month. So that's already $5,000 per month. Then we have our auto insurance, which is about $250 per month. So that's $5,250. We get annual snowboarding passes, like Epic passes, and that's $1,800 per year. And you guys can do the math. I think it's like $150 per month or $120 per month. So that's already like, let's say $5,400, right? Then in addition to that, we have electricity. Electricity is about $150 per month on average. I mean, it's gonna be a lot higher in the summer months, but in the winter months, it goes down. So that's about $150 per month for that. Then we also have gas. Gas is actually on the lower end. We spend anywhere from like $20 to $30 per month on gas. And that's with me cooking every single day.
But
what else we have?
But gas also covers our like heat.
Yeah, that's
But it
true.
barely gets cold here, so
Yeah, it does cover our heat. That's true. So in the winter months, when we turn on the heat, it uses up our gas, and our gas bill is going to be higher than the summer months. But on average, it's about $30 per month. And then we have various other expenses, like all these subscription services that I use for the business. But most of those actually go under our LLC's bank account. So that doesn't come straight out of our personal account. So I'm actually not going to include that. But if I were to include it, that would probably be like an additional $1,000 per month. Maybe less, maybe like $750 or so. And then we do spend money on travel a lot. Like we travel often. So I would say we're spending about $7,500 per month in total for everything. So when you take into account the fact that we're making $15,000 to $17,000 per month, we still have anywhere from like $8,000 to $10,000 left over every month to do whatever it is that we want to do with it.
wait a minute, we added We have to add our son's school now.
That's true. We're paying $1,300
This is
per month
new.
for his school.
Mm-hmm.
So we figured, you know what, if we want some free time, like the time that we have now, which we didn't have before while he was with us at home, we needed to invest in preschool for him.
Yeah.
And that's why we actually get to drive around and do these things now. And we're going to be doing a lot more of this because we have so much free time now. So yeah, that's $1,300. So actually from 7,000, that's increased to about 8,500, let's say $8,500 per month. But again, we still have like 7,000, 7,500 to maybe 9,000, $9,500 left over every month. And that's with us working 20 hours per week. If we were to increase our working hours, we would be coming home with like 10, 12, $13,000 at the end of the month after all of our bills and expenses are paid, right? And we have no credit card debt. We never carry over a balance. We have no auto loans. We have no debts whatsoever other than our
And
house.
I think it's important to mention that the reason why we don't have that anymore is because of our jobs.
When we were in New York,
Mhm.
I think our student loans were like $85,000 combined. And we bought a car when we were in New York. We bought a small car as a Chevy Spark and paid like $15,000 for it, or we financed $15,000. By the time we came to California, we ended up putting most of the stuff on our credit card because Monica wasn't working for like 3 months. We made some pretty bad financial decisions. We also ended up getting a loan just so we can put a deposit on our house.
And this car
we paid
too.
for the down payment on our
We
house.
bought this car
We
when we
bought
moved
this
to
car.
California.
This car cost us like $72,000.
And we needed this car moving
Yeah.
here though.
In total, by the time we came to California, it was like $140,000 worth of debt. But when COVID hit, we were working our butts off as soon as they started offering overtime. And I say we were working our butts off, but again, we were working no more than 40 hours per week just so we can pay off all our debt. We paid off the $128,000 that we owed at the time in almost exactly
Yeah.
a year. We could not have done that had we still continued to live and work in New York City. Because in New York City, we were bringing home about $2,200 per pay period every 2 weeks. So it was $2,200 to $2,500. And that was each of us. We were each bringing that much, about $5,000 or so every 2 weeks, and then maybe like $10,000 per month. We still had about $5,000 to $6,000 worth of expenses. So we were only left with $4,000 to $5,000 at the end of the month. And I mean, that's still a lot of money, but it's nowhere near as much as the amount of money that we're bringing home every single month living in California. We're about 1 minute to the county clerk's office now. I'm gonna go in, file my fictitious business name, and go back home, pick up our daughter, then pick up our son after that. But if you guys want more videos like this where we talk about what it's like in California, what it's like
Just
to
like a
live and work
casual.
here. Also, if you want to see what it's like running a business, because again, we are going to be drop shipping. If you want to know our wins, our failures, the process of drop shipping and running this business, let me know, because we're both nurses, but most of us are so burned out that we're trying to look for a way out. And for me and Monica, this is one of our way out. We've tried so many different things, right? But I think that's the thing about being an entrepreneur, is that what you try might not work. So you gotta keep on trying until something works and something sticks. So I'm gonna file this fictitious business name, and before we decided to file it, we had to figure out what name we wanted to use for our company. And the way we came up with the name is by going to like ChatGPT and putting in some prompts. If you're gonna open up a business, you gotta make sure that there's a website available for it. Because if there's, let's say, nursestoriches.com that's already available, why would you start a business named Nurses to Riches? Another thing you need to do is make sure that you look up on your government's website the business name that you want to launch. Because if someone else has it in your county, in your city, in your state, then you're not going to be able to use that name. And yeah, so we're going to do this today. And then for the next couple of days, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be opening up the website. So I'm going to go to shopify.com. I'm going to create the website, and I'm going to add products to the website. And then after that, I'm going to start advertising those products on Facebook and TikTok. Right? But we need to order the products. So that's going to be another video. I'll show you guys the process, but I can't tell you what products we're going to be selling because I don't want people to steal our idea. And that's very important. That's why you see most drop shippers are not going to tell you which product they're selling, because if it's a winning product, if it's a product that's going to sell, they're not going to want to give you their main product because they're not going to make any money off of it, especially if they're going to be talking about it on YouTube when they have tens of thousands of viewers. All of these viewers are going to want to replicate what they're doing. All right, we're at 4% left on the camera right now. So I'm briefly just going to talk about what we did. So
Yeah.
we went into the county administration center. It's the county clerk's office. We filed a fictitious business name, and then we made the payment. But now we actually have to go to a newspaper's office so they can publish our business name on the newspaper. That's just something that you have to do, I think, in most states in the country. I hate the fact that you have to do that. I think it's just a money grab, but it's going to get published on the newspaper, and then it's going to be official. We're going to have a business name, and we can do business with it.
Is this in all of, like, is this in all states or is this California?
As far as I know, I don't know. I've never done it in any other state, but it's definitely a thing in California. Okay, so we'll see you guys on the next episode. If you have any suggestions for things you want to watch, things you want to see, things you want to learn about, let me know in the comments section, and we'll see you guys on the next one.